The small kitten had been crying for hours, a high-pitched, plaintive meow that echoed through the house. It sounded weak, exhausted, as though the kitten's tiny body was giving up. Anna, a young woman with a heart full of compassion, had never been able to resist helping those in need. She had found this kitten abandoned outside her door just a day ago. Its fur was dirty, its eyes wide with fear, and its small body trembling. She had taken it in immediately, hoping that with food, warmth, and love, she could restore it to health. The kitten was so small, no bigger than the palm of her hand, and its fur was matted with dirt and bits of leaves. It had clearly been outside for some time. Anna gently placed it in a soft, warm towel and carried it inside, setting it in a small bed she had prepared by the fireplace. As she settled the kitten down, she felt a deep sense of responsibility and affection for the fragile creature. But no matter how much she tried to comfort the kitten, it only cried louder. Anna had fed it some milk, cleaned its fur, and placed it in a cozy bed by the fireplace. Still, the kitten cried, refusing to settle down. She checked for any signs of injury or discomfort, but found nothing that would explain its distress. The little creature seemed perfectly healthy, apart from its incessant crying. Its tiny chest heaved with each mew, and its body would shudder as if in pain. Anna spent the evening walking around the house, trying every trick she could think of to calm the kitten. She gently stroked its tiny back, hoping her touch would bring comfort. She tried speaking softly, reassuring it, but the cries continued, almost as if they were getting louder. "Why won't you stop?" Anna whispered, her frustration growing, though she refused to give up on the kitten. She cared for it deeply and wanted nothing more than to see it happy and at peace. The hours dragged on as the kitten's cries reverberated in the stillness of the house, filling Anna's mind with worry. After hours of no relief, Anna decided to call the local vet, hoping they could offer some advice. The phone rang twice before a voice on the other end picked up. It was Dr. Harris, a kind and experienced vet who had treated Anna's pets before. "Hello, Dr. Harris, this is Anna. I found a kitten, and I think something might be wrong. It won't stop crying, and I just can't figure out why. I've tried everything I can think of. Could you help?" "Anna, I'm sorry to hear that," Dr. Harris said in a calm, reassuring tone. "Crying can be a sign of distress or discomfort, and there are a few possible reasons for it. First, I'd like to rule out any medical issues. Could you bring the kitten in for an examination? I'll stay open late to see you." Anna hesitated for a moment but knew there was no other option. "Yes, I'll be there as soon as I can." The drive to the veterinary clinic felt impossibly long. Anna couldn't stop worrying about the kitten, whose cries echoed in her mind. She glanced down at the small animal wrapped in a soft towel, its little body still trembling. The car ride was almost unbearable for Anna. She kept glancing down at the kitten, whose soft fur barely moved as it clung to the warmth of the blanket. She couldn't shake the feeling of dread that gnawed at her. What could be wrong with the kitten? Was it something serious? What if she couldn't help it? The vet's office was just around the corner, and soon Anna was pulling into the parking lot, her hands shaking as she clutched the kitten gently. The front lights of the clinic flickered in the cold night air. Anna stepped out of the car, her heart racing. She carried the kitten inside, each step feeling heavier than the last. She wanted to be hopeful, but couldn't shake the nagging fear that something was terribly wrong. Inside the clinic, the soft hum of the fluorescent lights and the faint sound of other animals created a strange, almost clinical atmosphere. Anna held the kitten close, her heart pounding. She hadn't been this worried in a long time. Dr. Harris led them to an examination room, where Anna sat on the chair, waiting anxiously. The vet's calm demeanor helped soothe Anna as she placed the kitten on the table. "Let's take a look at this little one," Dr. Harris said, carefully feeling the kitten's tiny body. She checked its eyes, its mouth, and its limbs, gently moving each one as though she were handling a fragile porcelain doll. The kitten kept crying, its little body wriggling as it tried to escape the examination. Dr. Harris's brow furrowed in concentration, and Anna's heart sank further. After a few minutes of examination, Dr. Harris took a deep breath and gave Anna a concerned look. "I think I may have an idea of what's causing the distress. This kitten has a severe case of colic. Anna frowned, unsure of what the vet meant. Colic? What's that? Colic is a condition where the kitten's stomach and intestines are inflamed or blocked, causing intense pain, Dr. Harris explained. It's a common issue in very young kittens, especially if they've been malnourished or neglected. It can cause severe discomfort, and the constant crying is their way of expressing it. Anna's heart sank as she listened to Dr. Harris. The thought that the kitten had been suffering this way all along made her feel guilty, though she knew she hadn't known. Is there anything you can do to help? Yes, Dr. Harris said reassuringly. The good news is that with proper treatment, colic can be managed and the kitten should recover. I'll administer some medication to relieve the pain and give it some fluids to help with hydration. After that, we'll need to keep an eye on it for the next few days. Anna breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you, Dr. Harris. I'm so glad there's something that can be done. The vet smiled. No need to thank me yet. I'll get started with the treatment right away. Anna watched with hope as Dr. Harris prepared the kitten's treatment. The vet gave the little creature a gentle injection, and almost immediately the kitten's cries began to soften, the high-pitched wailing turning into occasional mews. It was a relief for Anna to hear, even if it was just a faint difference. It was as if the kitten could finally catch its breath. The tension in its tiny body seemed to ease, and its meows became less frantic. Dr. Harris patted the kitten's head softly after administering the medication. Now it's just a matter of giving the kitten some rest and monitoring it for the next day or so. We'll send you home with some medicine, and you can bring the kitten back if the symptoms worsen. Anna nodded eagerly, feeling a rush of gratitude. She cradled the kitten carefully, tucking it into a soft blanket as they headed back to the car. The cries had stopped for now, replaced by quiet mewing and the faint sound of soft breathing. Anna felt hopeful for the first time in hours. The worst of it seemed to be over, and now she could help her little friend recover. Over the next few days, Anna followed Dr. Harris's instructions diligently. She gave the kitten its medicine and kept it warm, monitoring its progress closely. As each day passed, the kitten seemed to get stronger. The once constant crying turned into gentle purring, and soon it was playing with a small toy mouse that Anna had bought for it. The transformation was gradual but noticeable. The kitten, which had been so weak and helpless, started to gain strength. It began eating well and moving around more confidently. Anna smiled each time she saw the kitten trying to play, chasing after its toy with an energy that she had never seen before. She couldn't believe how much it had changed in such a short period of time. One evening, as Anna sat on the couch, watching the kitten chase its toy, she couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment. She had saved this little life from pain and distress, and now the kitten was thriving. It had found its new home, and Anna was its protector. The kitten, which had been so weak and helpless, had transformed into a playful, curious creature, its wide eyes full of wonder. It would climb up Anna's lap, purring happily and nuzzle into her chest, as if to thank her for everything she had done. Anna smiled, her heart swelling with love and joy. Her living room, once filled with the sound of a helpless kitten's cries, was now filled with the peaceful sound of contented purring. In the days that followed, the kitten continued to thrive, its cries replaced by contented meows and playful antics. It grew stronger, more confident, and as the weeks passed, it formed a bond with Anna that was unbreakable. What had started as a painful journey of worry and uncertainty had turned into a beautiful story of recovery and love. Anna had saved a life, and in return, the kitten had saved her heart.